And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final game of this afternoon. We've got Limpopo Blue Bulls taking on the Pumas, the hometown boys, of course. And Limpopo Blue Bulls have got a stacked team here. Fundi Simba, someone we need to look out for as well. Pukim Piti, I've seen him move around the park quite often this season. Kristen Sonnenpoel, and of course Reino Mini. Those are the guys who are definitely going to try and stomp their authority here in this game. And the Hollywood Foundation Pumas are here, and they're here to make sure that they win on their home ground. This is the home ground of the Pumas. This is where the Pumas are from, of course. And I'm joined by Opa Mahoje. There is no one better in the game.
Yeah, great to be here as usual. The main game of the day, Limpopo Blue Bulls.
Say the people of Middelburg. Big moment for a lot of these young lads as they've worked their entire high school careers just for this moment over here, just to get to the Craven Week and play in front of South Africa and play for those big contracts, you know, and play for whatever they need to do to make sure their lives change after the Stadio Craven Week. We're gonna have kickoff here by Maritz Meintjes, and we will be led by Zoe Nadir, our referee, and of course she's got a team of ARs that are gonna go and support her and make sure that every call is counted for here. TMO, we've got Keith Davis as well, and he's going to be the one to tell us, is it not? Keith, we're on you, mate. Meintjes with the kickoff, doesn't go too far here, but collected by the Pumas. Strong start here by the hometown favorites. Beast at scrum half here. Love the name Beast for a scrum half. Not something that you see every day. Big tackle coming in from the Pumas. I mean, the Bulls. We've witnessed some strong defensive patterns here with the teams that have played here, and I think the Blue Bulls are probably going to do the same for us. Another huge tackle here. Someone's being manhandled at the moment here for the Pumas, but ball still alive, still trying to get that front foot going. Beasting gets it out back to Abby, boots it down all the way to touch here. Looks like it's out on the full. Oh no, not what he wanted there, but still early in the game.
Yeah, so early in the game. Junior, not a great kick. Look,
this is middle.
Pumas are not really going anywhere in that. Made a couple of ball carries, but not making much distance. Liam Pringle with a massive kick.
Stay.
Unfortunately, not going to touch the way he wanted it.
Pink open, thank you.
Zian Lombard, just to find his jumpers, does just that. Straight to the maul here, leads Ludica.
No.
Let's try to get that maul going forward, and it does just that. It's finally finding its wheels. Good maul from the Limpopo Blue Bulls here. Oh, it's still going. Great wheels here. Still moving here. V8 engine on this.
Stay outside.
Cecilius
Stay.
finds Steph Janssen. But strong defense coming in here from the Pumas. Not going to let up easy, of course. They are playing in front of their home crowd. Like we mentioned, strong carry here from Fundi Simba, but ref is going to have none of that.
Yeah, Rev Zoe Brown having absolutely none of that. Penalizing the Pumas for side entry in the maul. The Limpopo Blue Bulls did was come with intent. First line out, take them all, and they're here to do it again.
Another more here in the peel on the left-hand side. Here come the Blue Bulls. There we go. What a start here from the Limpopo Blue Bulls.
The Limpopo Blue Bulls draw first blood. What a try.
Thank you.
Fundi Simba, look at that ball. Players going up, then immediately shifting it by Adrian de Beer, feeding it to
give me 20.
Fundi Simba. Look at that beautiful shift. Everybody tight. The more going. Funi Simba going over for a great try.
Worries. No worries.
Look at what that means to him.
They've certainly got the personnel for those balls here. I mean, Ludeka Pinar is unchallenged in the air here, and if you've got a person like Funi Simba driving that more, you sure going to put some points on the board. And a great effort here, of course, by Maritz Menchis to get the 2 extra points for Limpopo Bulls.
I love the versatility of what the Limpopo Blue Bulls came with. The initial jump from Ludeka Pinar attracted the defense from the Pumas and then just shifted the contact. That allowed Funi Simba to go in for the try.
In front.
In front of kicker. Oh no.
Scrum.
That is definitely not the start that you would want, especially after you have conceded a try. But the infringement there was
Left of
players moving ahead of the kick.
Shoulder off, please.
Definitely not allowed to move ahead of the kick
Crouch.
before the kick has kicked.
Bind.
Great call here by Zoe Nibia.
Okay, I need you to hold the gap, please. Okay, keep the gap on the side. Same mark. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Great scrum here by the Limpopo Blue Bulls using that left side's option. Fights for June Sisabane.
Advantage.
Fanamarva
Right.
taking his time here.
Contact.
Into the hands of the try scorer, but stolen here by the Pumas. Nearly a line break here by Usfiso Shungwane. But long legs on him would have made a proper stride down the field there.
Yeah, definitely referee Zoe Nodia penalizing a high tackle.
Yes, thank you.
That was high.
This is the middle. Pardon? Yeah, scrum's fine. Open up, please. Pink, open up.
Look at that rip from Sfiso Shungwane.
Taken up here by the Pumas, stolen by the Pumas. In fact, they've got numbers on the outside, using every single man on the field. Very unfortunate, through the hands of Ukelifiwe. It would have been a foot race there, Opa.
Would have definitely been a foot race, but what I really enjoyed from this moment, and this is what we learned from international, look at that pass. Kifule not being able to gather it up, going through the bed basket, but however, contesting a line-out ball and then immediately taking it wide. The idea behind that is that the attack has to transition into defense and the line is still staggered. So the sooner you take the ball wide, the better. So great intent from the Pumas.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Pick up here by Simba. Fanamarva, Menkis, boots it across the field here. It looks like it might just go out on the full there.
Luckily, didn't guard in the full there. However, I don't think that Menkis, I don't think that was his intention to kick the ball so close. Then we have a young Matthew Abbey, who played Grand Kerman 23 in Craven Week just last year. The young Middleburg high scholar.
Strong carry here by the Pumas. It's a break here, Opa. They've got numbers. Options all around here for the Pumas, but just unfortunate that they couldn't make anything of that.
Ifulema Kamotse, again receiving a pass. Not the greatest pass for the young winger. Actually excited to see what he's got to give us today. Collect bounce of the rugby ball, really unpredictable.
No, I'm watching, thank you.
Very important that when you collect the rugby ball, you keep your eyes on it.
Crouch!
The bounce is usually not as favorable.
Bind! Sit!
Van der Merwe to Mentjes. A long fancy pass here. Puts it downfield.
Stay 13 back!
Forcing Katlego to turn around here. A great
Remember?
kick. No!
Petit.
No, out on the full over.
Unbelievable. What a kick that was.
Yep.
Rhino
Okay,
Mini
from now on, you guys make the mark here in the middle. That's where the middle is.
absolutely booted that ball downfield. Just unfortunate to go out on the full. And that brings the play back into Limpopo Blue Bulls' half.
Hobla into the hands of Rousseau. Tried for a sack then, successful. Early sack is the call here from the official. Miss Nadir is on her money here today. Tries to go for the blind side here, but Van der Merwe is not going to give him that easy.
Yeah, no, definitely cannot do that, but if he's Zoe Nadir penalizing Limpopo Blue Bulls for a late sack, it's important that you get your timing right in that sack. As early as possible. You've only got one chance to get your sack right. If you don't get that right, you need to put numbers in that mold to stop it. If you sack it, then you're gonna be in trouble. That was a good line out. The sack just held on just a second too long. And then eventually coming down. So what the Limpopo Blue Bulls defenders did was they hung onto that maul till time was up.
Rousseau. Strong defensive maul coming in here, but they've peeled off to the right. Here come the Pumas. Feasty Kadima takes it up blind. Oh, here we go. Game on here.
What a great try from the Pumas. Incredible start. Look at the patience in that ball, the breakaway, leg drive to get you just within touch and reaches of the try line. And then from there, knowing that the Blue Bulls players are going to fold.
Thanks so much, Keith.
And then the finisher. Dinyigu Sulubane. In the edge. Excuse me, that's Sianda Dennison. Scoring the try right on the edge there.
Matthew Abbey with a difficult kick to put in here, but he's got the distance, strikes through beautifully, just couldn't get it, just couldn't finish Matthew Abbey.
Yeah, I loved how the Pumas players were so intentional going to the blind side, knowing the Blue Bulls defenders, the Blue Bulls defenders are going to fall same side, they're going to leave no one on the blind side. Sienna Dennison with an immaculate finish, fed by the lovely beast, Kadima.
Big kickoff here by Limpopo Blue Bulls into the hands of the try scorer. Here comes Dennison, still moving Dennison into the hands of his drop partner, Sifiso Shongwane. I can't wait to see him run. They're trying to keep the ball alive here, the Pumas. They're looking dangerous here. They want to keep this ball alive the whole time, and it doesn't look like the Bulls are prepared for that here.
Yeah, that is very true. They're really playing expensive rugby. Look at those offloads, not entirely going to hand. But you see the intention. They don't want the Limpopo Blue Bulls to set their defense. As soon as they get the post-contact offloads, they get it through. Just not going to hand.
Keep the gap. Bind! Set! Yeah. Okay, both teams, forward, forward, don't pull back. Let's go.
Scrum from both sides. Got a great hit. Just falling over
Crouch!
on the opposite side.
Bind! Bind. Set.
Big scrum by the Pumas here into the hands of Menchis. Menchis into the gap. Menchis still moving here. This is a great run from Limpopo Blue Bulls. Puts it downfield. Will he make it? No. Great vision coming in from Menchis here, Opa.
Yeah, you're right. Incredible vision from the young Reno Menchis
7, line is middle.
from Hoërskool Petersburg. Only grade 11. And then the kick, rubber kick going through.
Hopla.
Zoe O'Dear
Line up is strong.
identified a skew throw.
Line out. Same mark, line is the middle.
Is on the outside shoulder, as you can see. Kensani Buthelezi receiving it with his outside hand. That is a clear skew. So in that case, it doesn't have to be a full compete for a skew.
Great more here from the Limpopo Blue Bulls. Here they come, inches away from glory here.
And then when they say it's so nice, you gotta do it twice. Funi Simba for his brace of tries, exactly the same replica as the first try. Look at how they go up. Pinar goes up nicely, transfers the ball into Funi Simba's hands, and then from there, just good patience. One step at a time.
Thank you.
Fundi to bring him over for a second try of the day.
Rhino Mini just to
15.
get the extra 2 points for the Limpopo side. Boots it beautifully straight through the posts here.
There it is again. Look at that patience that the Blue Bulls have. Really seem to be backing themselves in this. Patience, taking it a step at a time.
Just get your players back.
And then Simba coming in for a great try.
Big kickoff into the hands of the trusted Andrew De Beer.
See?
Van der Merwe finds Menchis,
stay five.
moves it to the opposite side on his right. He's got Beast and Kadima under it, but failed to collect. It's a hustle and tussle there, but ball seems to be in possession of the Limpopo Blue Bulls.
The referee blowing a clear and obvious knock on. Having to go back to reset the play for a scrum. As you can see, Pumas handling errors 4. And Limpopo 0 at the moment. However, it does look like
Crouch.
Pumas are dominating scrum time.
Bind. Set.
Van der Merwe tries to cut deep inside to Mathangu, but met in great defense. Van der Merwe choosing the same side here. Finds Puki. Puki still moving. Sorry, that was into the hands of Fortune Slebane. Menchis tries to take it up himself here. Brave move from the fly half, but probably not the best decision.
That was a great steal from the Pumas youngsters. Kensani Buthelezi in underneath on that ball. Going in, strong body language.
Not such a great exit, unfortunately here. Finds Upuki, finds Slebane. Still moving here, Fortune, but high tackle is the call here from the official. Great call from Zonadia. Hopefully he isn't hurt from that. Still want to see much more of Fortune Slebane.
Guys, here's your mark. Yep.
The
No,
Pumas
Here.
seems to be a little bit under pressure.
Thank you.
Sani Buthelezi penalized for that, for the dangerous tackle.
Gotcha.
Great ball carry, but
Pick, open up.
can Sani Buthelezi, I can definitely forgive him for that. Referee Zoe definitely can't.
Tries to find Pinar once again, but it was a difficult find. Menchie's playing it up on the blind side here, trying to give the Limpopo Bulls space on the outside. Huge carry here from u18A. Back to the blind they go, loving that blind side here of the Pumas. Kristen Sonapol.
Number 7 offside.
Discipline is a big issue here for this Puma side.
Here you go.
Referee Zoe Nodier penalizing Juan Janssen van Vieren for an offside. Just a little bit eager on defense, not returning fully off meter away
That was a offside.
from the ruck.
No worries.
But the captain surely
Line is
will understand
middle.
that, moving very quickly.
Line out that they needed to get here, the Limpopo Blue Bulls, but failed to get great defensive line out coming from the hometown boys.
Line is middle.
And that was a great compete from the Pumas to make sure the ball goes away. But you must be careful when you're 5 meters away from your own try line. If you're going to compete for a ball,
No worries.
by
Don't
all
worry.
means try get it with both hands, because if you slap it back, you still give the attacking chance an opportunity to score a try.
Good effort coming from Sifiso Hlungwane here to defend their try line. They're doing everything they can to make sure that the
Stay
Bulls
big,
just
offside,
don't come
stay
through again.
offside, 18.
Puts it downfield here. Right over Sihlabane. Wow!
What a massive
Here you
kick.
go, Blue.
If you want to talk about a sigh of relief, this is exactly what we're talking about.
Zian Lombard to find his jumpers, finds Pinar. There's a whole lot of pressure coming in from the Pumas. They were swarmed all over that ball.
That's it right there, Junior. If you want to talk about a dream sequence, it is a fly-off getting a massive clearance outside of his half,
I'm happy with
and then
it.
from here competing a line out, trying to get the ball back. The Pumas
Crouch.
definitely won the territory battle in this instance.
Bind. Set.
Kadima, Abby finds Khaili, down the middle. Khaili goes. He's got shed shoes on him, still moving here. A great defensive effort by the Bulls. Ball still alive here by the Pumas. It's the scrum off piece to Kadima, who's down, forcing Abby to play scrum half at the moment. Oh, momentum shattered in the blink of an eye here for the Pumas.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That is not what you want at all. But Greiling, how he ran through that line. And from there, just absolute pace. Look at that. Abby with so much time. And then giving it to Greiling. No support. One option decided to place the ball. And then from there, Pumas couldn't get quick enough ball.
Strong run coming in here from Steph to offload it to Pinar there. Menchie's grabs the downfield here, but it's going to go straight into the hands of Dennison. Dances around Dennison. Let's go Tlekaboloy. Who also puts it downfield to his opposite number, Reino
Retreat.
Mini. who decides enough is enough and finds touch.
That is rugby as easy as you like it. Catch the ball in your own 22. Reno Mini is booted out as far as you can. That relieves a lot of pressure. The opposing team, which is the Pumas in this instance, have to get out their own half. Good territory battle in these two teams that we're having so far.
Someone.
Hobla. Great effort from Kensani Buthelezi here, but just couldn't find the beast of Kadima. We eventually connected it and had a strong run here, but a penalty once again from the Bulls.
It is a tough one. You got to feel for the Pumas, but the Blue Bulls,
Yeah.
how quickly they get on the ball. These moments after that line out,
Guys,
look at that
thank you so much.
incredible steal. Young Poot, Tuki Mpiti getting in on that ball. Good body height, good body language.
Lombard finds Johan. Going for it more here, but it was expected. The Pumas are defending it quite well here. It's eventually found its wheels inches away here. Pumas just not letting up that easy. Van takes it to the blind side. Finds the big Steph. And he's been tackled into touch here again. Defense is impeccable here from the home side.
The defense is absolutely impeccable. Blind side so small, it's always difficult to play, especially if you've got numbers on defense. So the best idea after that more is the fours need to work around same side and try to outwork their opponents.
I think he was played in the air there.
That's definitely the case. Pinar, we know that he competes well in the lineouts, but in that instance, he grabbed down Franco Rousseau's arm on the way down. Here it is, look at that compete from Pinar. Instead of grabbing the ball,
just fix the blood, please.
he grabs Franco Rousseau's his arm down.
On your knee for us.
Franco Rousseau, the youngster from high school Secunda, played Craven Week in 2024. 100 kilograms and 194 centimeters in height.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. That's up. Just keep him there, you want? Someone. Numbers, please. Thank you. Blue.
And you see that Malaki has come onto the field here. Looking to stamp authority as well here, taken up by the Pumas. Lovely offload, great offload. Oh, big bump off. Coming in from the Pumas is getting physical here. Palmotta just couldn't break through here. Abby finds Rousseau. Rousseau still moving here. Strong tackle fight from Rousseau. Khatima doing well for themselves in attack. Is this Puma side. Khatima once again finds Abu, who boots it downfield, forcing the fullback.
Yes, thank you.
Well, the scrum off at the moment to turn around here for the Maverick collects. He's going to send it back.
Stay blue.
Puts it nice and high.
Keep retreating forward.
Into the hands of
Oh,
Abby,
no.
who's chasing it. Great catch by Abby. Beats one. Abby still moving. Beats two. Tries for the offload. Connected here by Kensani. Great hands coming in from the lanky lock.
And then Popo Blue Bulls collecting the ball at the back.
Yeah.
kicking it, but unfortunately not kicking it out.
Oh, it's so unfortunate didn't go out there. Tries to step his way through Siana Dennison, but just tumbled over his own feet. Beast Khatima. Tried that one hand here. Beast finds Abby. Skip pass here. Maybe not the best of decisions, but they still kept it alive. Oh, it's a foot race. Here we go. Chicken wing pass here. We're still moving here. Here come the Pumas. Ladies and gentlemen, cinematic.
Wow. Katlego scoring scintillating try. But in their play, if Philip Pamote, Jacques Gerelem, look at that step, the goosey, and then that offload, the cheeky chicken wing to Gerelem. Step, and then the last offload.
Thank you.
Tubaloi, he will definitely be happy with that. Look at that chicken wing. And then to the big Jacques Gerelem, 85 kilogram monster.
Someone's mic is on.
Tubaloi.
Beautiful strike from Matthew Abbey here. Certainly seeing tightly contested games.
Look at that step from the young Gerelem. And then the last offload to Baloy. Look at that dive with that try.
Is he off?
Look at what that means to him and his teammates as well.
Time on.
They'll be talking about that try for a long, long time.
You know, Opa, if this is day one of the Craven Week, what are we going to see during the week here?
We are in for an incredible tournament right here.
Big run here by the try scorer here, Siana Dennison.
Yes, step.
Khatima
Stay outside,
finds
Pink.
Abby, who puts it downfield here. Not taking any chances. Does not want to play in his half. Matthew Abby.
Matthew Abbey. What an exciting youngster. Really seems to control the game well. Plays exactly in the right areas. Seems like he has so much time on his hands.
Stolen here by Kansani. Khatima. Huge carry coming in here from the Pumas. Still moving, Yako. Finds the big Raylan. Trying to bust his way through the defense here, Opa. It's on. The kitchen's hot at the moment. Strong carry again. Russo getting front forward ball here for the Pumas.
Your shoes on there.
I don't know about you, Junior, but it looks like
I didn't deem that as a contact.
Pumas gain some sort of life,
He's getting
some sort of excitement. Maybe it's because they're playing in their home ground. But just those last moments that's killing them. Not allowing the cleaner in quick enough.
Time off. Shoelace.
Look at that carry. Raylan goes down. Then immediately, the Limpopo's players are in,
Yes.
which is main case. You don't often see fly off steel balls like that, but he was in strong. Strong hands, strong body language.
You double tie it here. Good. Guys, open the gap, please. Time on.
Yes! Wait!
Lombard taken again by Kansani. Here comes the winger here, Pamato. Swings it out wide, they've got numbers on the outside. Lovely offload, just keeping the ball alive. Railing.
No, 7.
Beast Khatima. Finding his pod well. Trying to break through that defensive wall here, but offside. Here's the call here from Nadia.
Zone out here. pretty clear with the infringements. Offside. Pumas are putting in big ball carriers.
Middle's on the air.
Look at that good low carry from Rousseau. And then a clear offside from Krasi Swanapu.
Beautiful transfer there to Rousseau. Advantage being played for the ref here. Khatima finds Kensani. Nope. In fact,
Stay, no 12.
it was not him. He's trying to keep him alive, trying to hold him up. The Limpopo Blue Bulls.
No advantage. Collapsing. Yeah.
Referee note here.
5.
Going back to that same infringement
hit him.
from the line out.
You want to get numbers for me if they maul again.
Says clear collapsing of the maul.
Thank you.
Line out, great line out, great throw. But look at the momentum that the Pumas have.
Blue?
From then,
Blue, 7.
the Limpopo Blue Bulls defenders falling down underneath that ball, eventually collapsing a ball.
Stay there.
That is what the infringement was about.
Just over the hands of Rousseau here. It's anyone's ball at the moment.
This is where it's at. Same line up ball, Rousseau going up, not gathering that ball fully. It could have been of the timing, because he essentially receives the ball on his way down, and that kind of distracts the timing of the throw. So what happens is that the jumpers need to jump on time to receive the ball. If that's not the case, you are going to miss the ball.
Hi. There's no reason to be standing up. Okay, but please maintain the gap. Same look. Crouch. Fine. Sit.
Great scrum here by Limpopo Bulls. Fanamanva trusting in Umasango to set it up for them, just to get that go-forward ball here, but it looks like another penalty has happened here. Discipline once again, Opa.
Yeah, discipline is a real thing in this game, or in the game of rugby generally. From Martinez Menke saying that we're going to have none more of that. Wants to go for the boys for the halftime.
Straight into the half, 14 points to 12, with the Bulls leading here at halftime. But just don't call it too soon, because I think we've seen moments where the visitors, well, the one side has led, and then a huge comeback in the second half from the trailing team. So we will be back in just a few minutes. Two tries apiece here at Middelburg Water School, ladies and gents. And we are back, ladies and gents. 12 points to 14 is the score here with the home side. The Pumas trailing behind. But I'm sure there's a big half that they're going to give us in that second half because they are the home team. And of course, they've got family and friends that have come out here to support them, hoping that they'll get the W. But the efforts of the Blue Bulls cannot be ignored here. More here on the field on the left-hand side.
The Limpopo Blue Bulls started off very, very well, scoring an incredible ball try, asserting their dominance from the first instance of the game. Funi Simba breaking away with that one, immediately shifting it back. Usually called a team try, feeding it to Funi Simba, and then a bit later they scored in the exact same fashion again. And here we got a more try from the Pumas, sitting there more well, being met halfway, but then the break, and then from there playing towards the blind side. Beast Mkadima identifying the space in the blind side and feeding it off to Dennison. Look at that awareness of Beast and Karima to go blindside, knowing that there's no defenders from the Limpopo Blue Bulls that side. Feeding it off to his finisher. And then from there on, seems like the Pumas definitely went away with the game. Look at this pass from Abby. Not going to hand. But look at Pamotse. Show Goosey. And then look at the cheeky offload to Grayling, and then post-contact offload to Katla Khobaloi, finishing off with an incredible dive. I love what it means to these players, what they play for. They don't forget to have fun, to have a real good time. You get to do things like that offload, Grayling, the big muscle, getting a side step, and a good post-contact offload to Baloi, the finisher. These youngsters are definitely having fun. You would think that this has been happening, this only happened today, but it's been happening the whole day. And then with the stats, we have handling errors. Pumas, 5 handling errors to 1 Limpopo. And tackles made, 15 from the Pumas and 31 from Limpopo, looking like the Pumas have much, much more ball from there. Position looking quite even. In territory, Limpopo Blue Bulls dominating territory. No team being able to go past 5 phases.
Definitely a tough talk here. I'd love to be a fly, just buzzing by and listening to what the coaches have to say to these boys and how they rile them up for a big second half here at the Stadio. Cravenwick has been a successful day one so far, with people coming out in numbers. And of course, some of the other teams are going to play tomorrow, like EP and the other team.
One, two, 1, 2. Just so it's easy, fine.
One stays left.
Okay. 1.5 to go. Your captain's okay, perfect.
12 points, 14 here, 2 tries apiece here at the Stadio Cravenwick, the final game of the day here. We'll be back even tomorrow, more action for you with the Cravenwick, giving us more to look forward to. It's been a big half for both these sides here, and I'm sure none of them want to walk away with their heads down, so they're going to get into this fight, stay into the fight, and walk away as victors, but only one can walk away with the W here. Big kickoff here by Abby. Collected well here by the Limpopo Bulls.
Yes, stay behind, stay behind.
Faramarva. There's a change here. Grobler has gone off, and we welcome Roberts into the field.
Leave now!
And on Bulls, a couple of changes from them here. Someone I want to see is Nkwana, most definitely.
Take him back.
A lot of changes coming in for this Bull side here. Oh, I think someone has played in the air there.
Definitely played in the air. The Pumas have a chance to draw first blood in the second half. They decide to go for poles. Which is always a good idea, especially when you're trailing by 2 points. You'd want to take that 3-point, get into a 1-point lead. Look at this beast. Kadima tried to get that ball. FC Smith looking like he's pushing him away.
Easy peasy. Easy does it. Matthew Abbey. 15-14 now. Home team in the lead. Finally. Here at Middleburg Water Score. Some fresh faces on here for the Bulls. Swat boy with the kickoff. Sends it to the hands of Kensani. Almost dives and makes a kung fu spin there to make sure the ball's still in position here. Katima finds Abby.
Downside pink, downside pink.
Puts it down the left-hand side. Just bouncing off here on Nkwana. Nkwana decides to play it. Beats one. Caught in strong traffic here by Janko Okamp. Taken here by Greiling. Greiling still moving here. It's a foot race. Greiling makes it look easy.
Jacques Greiling. Remember that name. It all started with a kick. And the Pumas running all the way to chase that ball. Competing for it in the ruck. Jacques Greiling getting in, taking the ball out, and then backing himself. Pure speed and pace. While the Limpopo Blue Bulls was organizing their defense, he decided to go blind, which is the best option in my opinion.
Difficult kick in the corner here for Matthew Abbey, but he's certainly got the ability, this young man. He's got the distance, just not the accuracy here, Oba.
But Jacques Greiling getting out of that ruck, identifying space in the blind side, while the Limpopo Blue Bulls were organizing their attack on the open side, when they noticed Relling was already on the try line.
Swat boy puts it nice and long. Connected here by Dennison. Khatima finds the big Bristol here, but a strong tackle coming in from the Limpopo Bulls. Matthew Abbey, a cheeky chip here, but connected. But the Limpopo Blue Bulls just dancing his way around the defense here. Prince Apane. Panamanva. Ruben takes it up himself here. Great effort coming in. You can just see it on their faces. What it means to Sifiso Shungwa and his men to win that penalty there.
Sifiso Shungwane showing incredible strength there. We look at how quickly he's able to get underneath that ball.
Okay, you're gonna
The
keep it
Limpopo
up.
Blue Bulls defenders really slow to react to
Keep
that
your
run.
eyes on, eh?
A guy like Sifiso Shungwane will definitely punish you. The youngster, the grade 11 youngster from Hoërskool Secunda.
Roberts finds his jumper. Trying to get that more moving here, but Limpopo Bulls don't let up that easy. They've peeled to the left there, but an obstruction is the call from Ms. Nadir.
Zono there, great call. Identifying clear obstruction.
New man on the park, D'Angelo Roberts, made a success of his first throw. And his opposite number, Ruben Paul, would love to do the same here. Guys over their head here, collected by Paul Mashud, who haven't seen much of him this afternoon. Puts it up high here, Khatima collected once again by the Bulls. Just letting loose with the discipline there are the Pumas, and they don't want to do too much of that, because you're going to start giving your opponent some fire there. And if you do that, Limpopo Blue Bulls will use every single piece of opportunity to try and put points on the board.
Absolutely. Pumas mistakes, bringing the Limpopo back in the mix. Ball gathered on the wrong side of the field though.
Fight for it in the air here, but looks like it's been collected here by the Pumas.
Unplayable. Both of them had the ball. You guys are moving. Unplayable.
Ball becoming unplayable from that line out.
Oh, sorry.
Limpopo Blue Bulls have another opportunity to attack on the 15-meter line. I would wonder if they're going to do a set piece or they want to go the blind side to try to catch the team offside.
Crouch. Bind. Okay. We have new players now. Guys, please wait for my call. I'm waiting for stability. You guys are still moving. Let's reset. Crouch. Bind. Set. Out the tunnel, please. You need to feed.
Referee having a chat to Salia van der Merwe, ordering him to feed the ball into the ruck, into the scrum.
He didn't touch it. It was wrong. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Good feeding this time here from Van der Merwe. Fine, Swat Boy steps back inside. Swat Boy goes straight into traffic here. Van der Merwe just wanted to play it quick here, but not possible.
Okay, that's the third high tackle now. Guys, need to keep the tackles low, please. Please speak to your team. Balls. Time on. High tackle.
Referee Zoe Nodia making her intentions clear for a high tackle. Or in the Pumas, there's a third high tackle. This one was awarded to Abby. Going clearly high. From here on, someone will be sent to the sin bin.
Easily through the post it goes. We definitely don't want to see any more people going to the sin bin here, so we're just hoping both teams can go and maintain their discipline for the remainder of this half. 20 points to 17, just a 3-point difference between these two giants. And a big kickoff from Abby. Safely collected here by Andrew De Beer.
Release now.
Trying to turn it over here, but they've managed to keep possession. Fine Swat Boy.
Stay blue, stay blue.
Puts it
It's
nice
on
and
now.
high here into the hands of Malloy. Cap Malloy. Chip and chase here by Cap Malloy. Connected once again, Cap Malloy. Malloy again with a nice chicken wing pass just to try and keep the ball alive into the hands of the dangerous Failing. Khatima finds Ken Simon out the back here. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Rousseau down the line here.
Rousseau finishing a well-worked try. Start off with Baloy's chip and chase. Gathers it. There's White. Look at Abby. Dummy to the back. Gives a shot. Option open. And the big Franco Rousseau. High school Secunda. Going in for the try. He played Craven Week last year. Surely one of the senior players in this team. Definitely has led by example.
Matthew Abbey straight down the middle to add 2 points. 27 points to 17 now.
I just love how the last pass, Franco Rousseau, was accurate. Look at what that means to his teammates. Surely they've got some sort of momentum now going forward after this try.
Beats it nice and high is Swat Boy. Just goes over the top here, but still connected by Dennison. Khatima making sure his first pot sets up on a big tackle coming in from the Bulls
Go
here.
ahead. Thank you, Blue. Take it
Finds
back.
Matthew, who's standing deep. Puts it nice and high, making it contestable. Bulls trying everything to control that to fully Simba.
No.
Looks like it
He's
might be a
cleaning out.
turnover here. It's a turnover. D'Angelo's spinning and making
No,
sure that
leave. Can't play the 9.
Penalty awarded to Tanguna. Youngster from high school, Ben Foster.
100%.
Rules are clear. You are not allowed to play the 9, especially when he's about to make a pass. The referees have become protective over the 9s, allow them to play ball. There's a clearly going in for the counter ruck, then grabbing Beast Khatima, preventing him from playing the ball. school been Foster producing Springboks such as Trevor Nyakane.
Oh, beautiful strike coming in from Matthew Abbey. A big round of applause to him from the crowd. A massive effort.
Yeah, that was a big kick. Youngster with BMT. The game is slowly creeping away. The Limpopo Blue Bulls.
Swat boy with the restart. Nice and high once again. Collected safely by the Pumas. Khatima.
See?
Great carry coming in here from the Pumas. Strong carry, in fact, from Janko Olkamp. Matthew tries to beat his defenders, trying to dance through here, but now works there. Well met, sorry, in the tackle by this defensive side.
Andrew De Beer will be happy with that steal. Awarding his team an advantage and an opportunity to attack in the opponent's 22. There it is. Look at how he just goes in there nicely. Strong body language. Definitely be difficult to move Andrew De Beer from that position. The youngster, high school Petersburg.
Paul just failing to find his jumpers there. It's collected by Vaughn Van Zyl.
Don't stand in front, don't stand in front, get back, retreat.
Matthew Abbey.
Retreat, thank you.
Straight down. Trying to find touch there, but couldn't. Mini
Touched.
puts it down 40 yards, but looks like it's been touched here by the Pumas. Offside is the call here from the official.
As you said, the game slowly getting away from the Limpopo Blue Bulls. Kick that was charged down. From there,
Line.
the force from the Pumas were offside. And rather the Limpopo Blue Bulls were offside.
D'Angelo finds Kinsani, but the officials having none of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Sani Buthelezi going up for that ball. Clearly receiving that ball on the outside shoulder. Referee Zoe Brown being close enough to the action, seeing everything, and awarding the Blue Bulls a scrum.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Big scrum from the home side. Lovely pick up here. Abbey takes it up himself here, looking for the offload, but no one was there at the moment here. Eventually collected by Jacques Railing. Khatima takes it up the left-hand side. Trying to use these forwards to break through this wall that's being created by the Bulls here. Here comes Baloy. Dances through Baloy. Eventually dancing his way into the defense of the Bulls. Pumas bashing it up nice and hard here. Just to suck in the defense. Matthew Abbey taking it up himself again, spinning straight back into traffic. Big carry coming in here from Paul Mashudu. Khatima. Oh, ladies and gents, offload straight into the hands of Franco Rousseau. Down the middle he goes. Another try for the big man.
Yeah, Franco Rousseau had a really great game so far. Definitely led by example. It looked like the Pumas are really not going anywhere.
No, it's all good, thank you.
It's something out of nothing.
Next one.
Look at this great line, explosive from Kesani Buthelezi. Post-contact offload, Franco Rousseau. Something for the books.
Thank you. Then you have 20 seconds.
Matthew Abbey in a familiar position here.
10 seconds.
And an easy 2 points here for Abbey.
Yeah, the Pumas definitely running away with this game. Look at the supporters watching with extreme focus. This pass to Buthelezi, and then the post-contact offload to Franco Rousseau, coming in for his brace of tackles. Look at what that means to the players of Pumas.
Anzio, SWAT boy with the restarts. It looks like it has been fumbled there by Sfiso. And a knock on. This is the call here, the correct decision.
It is definitely a correct decision. Receiving kickoffs is an important part of the game. Almost underrated because it's something that players don't train often, but you have to practice your kickoffs, to master your kickoffs.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Okay, you need to make sure you're getting in there. Okay? Yeah, you're not kicking this one.
Popping out just a little bit too late there.
Him.
Zuino here calling for a reset.
Okay. Okay, I'm not seeing it, but I'll look for you. Yes. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Not such a great feeding by Van der Merwe. Fatima plays it up on the blind side here, finding Dennison. Van der Merwe with the counter ruck, but unsuccessful.
Yeah, see?
Fatima
Stay
setting up
outside.
for a box kick.
Yes.
Boots it up nice and high, and looks like he's got his opposite number there. Van der Merwe just spinning out of one tackle.
Play the ball.
Strong hustle and tussle for it on the ground, which was won here by the Pumas.
Sfiso Thongwani getting in underneath that ball, being able to get the ball out. Just unfortunate to be tackled outside. Touchline is always an extra defender.
Good throw in here by Ruben Paul to find his jumper. Van der Merwe boots a nice box kick into the hands of Dennison. Boots past one, second one, still moving. Dennison has got Malloy on the outside. Eventually put down though. Here comes
No, dipping into it.
Rousseau, who's done so much in this game for this Pumas outlet. A lovely chip here, but it looks like it's going to be collected by the Bulls. And yes, it is. Nkwana tries to dance his way through here, but Matthew was all over him at the moment. It was Prince Apane, to my correction. Ball doesn't go out, unfortunately. Oh, that's fancy! That's fancy! A huge tackle by SWAT boy on Pomoto. Yanko Onkamp trying to use that big weight of his to try bust through. Another carry here from Paul Mashudu. Not shy when it comes to taking those balls up, Paul Mashudu.
Ruben Paul getting in underneath that ball. Did a very good job there. Pumas on attack. Too slow to gather their men into the ruck fast enough.
Ball doesn't go out there. It looks like it was collected here by Upomoto. Using his fancy feet again, nice footwork, finds it trailing, tries to get him off the bus, but great defense coming in from the Bulls. Lovely +1 coming in here from Chabalala. Katima finds Mpo. Mpo has been taken here by Umalaki. Farmaneva just box kicks. Might be a smart move here. Chased by Nguana. Nguana! Surprise, surprise! Here come the Bulls.
The Bulls coming absolutely from nowhere. Tenolo Nguana.
Here we go.
Scoring a great try. There's a kick that earns the advantage from the young Celia from the Marva. Tenolo Nguana with a quick feet.
21.
He's able to beat his defenders.
Thank you.
Does this change momentum slightly now? The Purple Blues, 22 points on the scoreboard. Still a bit of a bounce to climb with about 10 minutes.
Great kick coming in.
There's a replay again. Front foot kick from Celia from the Marva.
Okay.
Gathered by Tenolo Nguana.
Time on.
Great try, but what I loved about Celia, he was able to identify space.
Time on. What's up? Just wait. Time on.
Restarts by Abby, but goes into touch. Lucky with the bounce there before it hit the line.
There was middle. Ask them.
I don't know if that was part of the plan or just pure luck.
I suppose he will think that it was part of the plan. The next person always think that it's luck.
Ruben Paul doesn't find his jumper. Katima. Abby takes it up himself. Abby. Lovely offload here by Abby. Just unfortunate that they couldn't hold on to it, but here come the Bulls. Lovely counter play here from the Bulls for the Merva. He's got Swat Boy. Numbers on the outside here for Swat Boy. Oh, Nguana, the try scorer. It's a foot race. Chip and chase here by Nguana, but there's a lot of pink I'm seeing behind. Collected here by the winger. He puts it down. He decides that it's not safe to play there. He sees he wasn't going to make that foot race and chose the best next option for him.
Tenolo Nguana with a great run. See, the Limpopo Blue Bulls have identified some space on the outside. Tenolo Nguana making a menace of himself.
Ruben Paul to find his jumper again, just couldn't find it. Once again here come the Pumas. Looking dangerous and mean on attack here. Just couldn't hold on to the ball, the Pumas.
Vargan van Sale, young captain of the Pumas. Played Craven Week in 2024, high school Secunda.
Whose boot is off? Just wait. Don't put your boots on.
What a great run he's had. But essentially, when you get a line out compete like that, you don't want to take the ball out as wide as possible. Because the defenders, the attackers have now turned into defenders.
Last one.
The defense line is still a bit staggered.
Actually hooked it and went forward.
Being wide, you always get more meters.
Yeah. So he's going with the feed, and then your player kicked it and went forward. No, it just touched your foot. You didn't kick it. You were trying to hook and it went forward this way. I was watching his foot. You on? Time on. Both hookers, let's wait for the ball. Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Feed in here by the Bulls. Mini has got Nkwana on the outside, decides to take it up himself. Mini, they've got to fight for it on the ground, they've got to protect that ball here, and here come the Pumas. Always having a threatening attack. This
18
Puma
side.
side, Abby puts it nice and long. Straight into the hands of Mini, the fullback. Tries to beat one. It's a foot race here, but he's not going to let easy here. Promote
Directly out. Blood returning.
The Pumas right now
Time on.
seem to have a lot of momentum. Playing on the right side of the field, putting the Limpopo Blue Bulls under immense pressure. Lara competing as well.
Both teams, please open. Thank you. Time on.
Really tend to compete well. Young Kensani Buthelezi.
Great line out eventually here from the Bulls. Strong carry by one of the try scorers, Fumi Simba.
You good? Now leave it now. You're off your feet.
Always looking dangerous with ball in hand. Good counter right from the Pumas here. A lovely counter right from the Pumas. Looks like it's been taken again.
Rip is
By
left
the
one team.
Bulls. Been ripped out.
Just say colour for me. Yeah.
Referee Nodia being close to the action there, penalizing Limpopo Blue Bulls players for not releasing. I just love how the Pumas are playing in the right areas.
AO's middle. Keep that guy for me,
This
17.
ball carry from D'Angelo Roberts and
Pass
rip,
there. Pass him, please.
clearly not releasing, ripping off his feet.
Okay, Pink, you guys are leaving before the ball is thrown. Okay, you can't leave before the ball is thrown and preload. Okay, let's reset. Yeah, but the ball is not out his hands. No, he's busy standing there. Okay, let's go.
For clarity's sake, if you're going to jump out of the line-out as a dummy jumper, then you need to fall back into the line-out. If not, it's considered double preloading. The referee can't allow that.
Ball being controlled
90,
here
don't
by
lift the legs.
D'Angelo Roberts. We've seen this before. A deja vu moment here for the Pumas. D'Angelo Roberts doing well for the Pumas here.
D'Angelo Roberts being in the driver's seat of that ball, protecting the ball well. Look at the line out, crisp, good collection, and then from there they get a wonderful set. The Blue Bulls not having enough numbers initially in the maul, but by then it's too late. The maul's going forward. From there it's always difficult to stop.
Abbey strikes it once again. Beautiful strike here from Matthew Abbey.
Look at that maul. Blue Bulls defenders not in that maul. Pumas going forward. Difficult to stop a rolling maul like that. And D'Angelo Roberts
13 behind the kicker.
scoring a wonderful team try.
Swat boy hit the restart here. Nkwana tried to contest there, but great collection coming in from Dennison. And Paul finds Rousseau. Paul still moving here. Soft hands coming in from the Pumas. He's done well to hold on to the ball railing. Great Great steal coming in from the Mpompo Blue Bulls. That's Tabang Nkuna, who's done well at the breakdown here for the Bulls.
Advantage by the sternum.
Not too much time left on the clock here, but still enough time for them to at least put 5 more points on the board for themselves.
Yeah, consolation try would really be great for the Limpopo Blue Bulls.
Playing it out the back here, some lovely skills coming in from the bigger boys.
No advantage by the sternum. By the sternum.
These high tackles creeping in the game. You always earn your disadvantage. What you want to do is definitely. There's a tackle. Definitely too high. From the young beast, Nkarima.
Line is middle, pink. Line is middle. 7.
Although Juan Jansen van Vieren was dipping a slight, but he's quite tall, Juan Jansen van Vieren. Nkarima supposed to go long that hit.
Tried for that 6+1 line out here, but just over. And not accurate enough here for Ruben Paul and his men. Just squandering a chance to get that consolation try you were talking about there, Opa.
Yeah, absolutely. The line out, not enough power in that throw. You see, Juan Jansen van Vieren went up in the air, absolutely waited for that ball, and it just fell short.
Time off, please. 7.
Usually hookers are afraid to throw the back ball
fine?
because they're afraid of the overthrow. It's always advisable for you to push that ball because the timing of the jump will definitely get to that ball. Don't be afraid, push that ball as hard as you can. The back jumpers will get their timing right.
Okay, thank you.
Couldn't have said it any better there, Opa.
Time on.
Just a few seconds to go here, ladies and gents, for the final game
Crouch.
of day 1 here at the
Fine.
FNB Under 18 Craven Week.
Set.
Feeding here by Khatima. Trusting in the big Lungelo Maseko just to set it up.
Stay.
Side to play it here, but very risky. And a dirty hand has come in there from the Limpopo Bulls. And looks like that is it, ladies and gents.
Yeah, look on and time off.
Time off, and that is it.
Put me on mute here.
No, it is not. Yes, it is, ladies and gents. Referee's taking off her gear. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. 44 points to 22 is the final score, with the Pumas walking away, defending their home ground quite well. Man of the match for today is, of course, the number 7, Franco Rousseau, who's proved why he's here, why he spent a second here at the Craven Week here.
That brings us to the end of day 1 of the FNB Under 18 Craven Week. It's been a fantastic vibe here at Horseschool Middleburg.
6 tries to 3, ladies and gentlemen. That is full time. 44-22. We'll be back tomorrow for day 2. So far, this is what happened on Monday, with Western Province starting very well here with a big win, and the Pumas finishing off with a big win for themselves as well. Join us tomorrow, ladies and gents. It's going to be exciting. If this was day one, definitely can't wait for tomorrow.
Fantastic game for this final day, final match of day one. It's the Pumas who've won, and the man of the match is Franco Rousseau. He'll get his man of the match award from his captain, Johan Janse van Vieren. Lovely moment for the Pumas duo. Just a quick question for you, Franco. Just how have you enjoyed this Craven week so far?
Ja, dit is my baie lekker dat hier by ons is. Dit maak ons dat ons beter speel, meer gemotiveerd is om harder te speel, en dit wys net wat ons nog kan doen.
Prepared well during the couple of weeks leading into this tournament. What were your expectations heading into this first game, and especially against Limpopo Bulls?
Ek het geweet dit gaan nie maklik wees nie. Dit is altyd hard om teen hulle te speel. Maar ons het geweet ons het gedink ons gaan goed doen teen hulle en wen, en ons het dit gedoen wat ons wou gedoen het.
Just a last word of the crowd and the support here at Hoërskool Middelburg. How important is it to see some friends and family coming to support you?
Ja, dit is baie lekker vir my om my familie en vriende te sien, want ons is altyd ver, so sien hulle nie altyd nie, en dit motiveer mense ook meer om harder te speel.
Thank you very much and all the best for the week.
Dankie meneer. Dankie meneer.
Moment here with the Pumas side, just debriefing and happy with how they've ended off the way they have today. Ladies and gents, please do join us tomorrow, as we are going to attend day 2 of this. More matches coming up, and on the other side we've also got the Academy Week coming up as well. So if you are in the area, make sure you do come with an umbrella and enjoy your day here at Middelburg Hoërskool.
What a wonderful first day of the FNB Under-18 Craven Week here from Middelburg in the Mpumalanga province. Middelburg is where we are. 3 wonderful games, the last couple of them being so tightly contested. And day 1 done and dusted. I've got Opa Mohoje and Lwazi Mvovo alongside me to try and recap what has happened on day 1. We saw a very close game in the first couple of games, but that first one between the Griffins and the Western Province 15 was a bit of a blowout, Opa, but still such wonderful rugby on display on day 1.
Look, I must say, if this was day 1, imagine what's going to happen to them in the rest of the tournament. An incredible display of rugby from these youngsters, something that's wonderful to see. The first game, the Griffins versus Western Province, like you said, was an absolute blowout, but it determined the pace of the games of today. We saw some really tight games, some really entertaining games. So I must say, from my side, it was a great day.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great start. We were expected that the Western Province 15 are going to win the game. But the start of the game, they made a couple of mistakes. So they had to regroup halftime and just go through the pace and execute what they want to do.
Opa spoke about setting the pace for the day. Western Province did set the pace for the day, but then the other games were tightly contested, particularly that u18A derby between the Lions and the Bulls. That was tightly contested, and the Lions just edging it by a couple of points.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the Bulls started very well. What I liked about them is knowing when to exit and to play in your own half, and they did that very well. The 10, who was the captain, controlled that very well. But the Lions, Lawrence, the number 9, did very well. He scored 2 tries, but those high balls, those contestables, they were coming down with us. They were so high, and he did very well to put his team on the front foot.
Some dangerous backline players in that Lions side, isn't it, Opa? Some dangerous players in that Lions side, especially in the backs, Opa.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the kind of flair they play with, and essentially that's why they would get away with the win. How patient they were, how the decisions they were able to make during the game are what got them through in the game today.
You look at some of those performances, they're always really strong, the Lions side, but the Bulls probably came into this game as the fancied side because of the strength of some of those Pretoria schools, but the Lions edging it in the end.
I think for me there were massive stops within the game, obviously because of safety of the players, and Bulls, after starting so very well, you wonder if did they lose momentum when that happened. But then it is very important to regroup. I mean, they scored the try just before halftime, but then again the Lions just after halftime they scored very well, and they went through the paces and played how they wanted to play.
Speaking about some playing how you wanted to play, probably the upset of the week so far came in very early. The Cheetahs losing out by a point to Southwestern Districts. That probably was a result that the Cheetahs would have looked to, particularly to start their week off.
Look, I think in that game, the Cheetahs definitely had the upper hand, goes without saying. But the one thing that killed the Cheetahs was definitely their discipline. 2 yellow cards, close to the end of the game, absolutely unacceptable. You know, anywhere in the world, it is unacceptable. You will definitely lose the game. Defending with 13 men can only get you so far. SVA, we're smart enough to identify the listen here. We're all behind by a couple of points. The Cheetahs have 13 men. We need to capitalize on this. And that is exactly what they did.
It'll be interesting to see or hear the strategy of the coaches, because remember, after 2 games, everyone should have played a full game. So do you start with your strong side, or looking at the fixtures and where you're going to play, or do you start more with your reserves? So it'll be interesting to see that. But I must say though, the Eagles played really well. Coming back from behind and being able to capitalize on those yellow cards.
We spoke about a guy, Ethan Adams, in the pre-match show in terms of his effectiveness, but they were able to make a plan for him, the SVD Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely. They know that Ethan Adams is an incredible player. He played in the Craven Week before last year, and he will be a key factor. But I think, in my opinion, he was a slight bit quiet. There were other players around him that they were shining. Not that he was having a bad game, but he wasn't as exciting as usual. Probably will pick it up as the game goes by. It is the first game of the season also, to be fair, you know. So I think for the Cheetahs, they'll definitely be sad with themselves, or upset with themselves with the fact that they couldn't get this win, the potential win. But that youngster was what an incredible player, fiery player. He was actually definitely one of the exciting players to see in this Cheetahs outfit.
I think also for me what was great to see is being able to play direct and suck in the defenders, and then again move the ball out wide and be able to finish those 2 versus 1, and that is rugby 101. If you can't finish those, then you're in trouble. But to run so well in the middle of the field and then move the ball out wide to where the space is.
Yeah, Lamlam Gedesi was one of the star performers for this Cheetah side, but player of the match performance from Kai Pratt, who was strong, especially at scrum time for Southwestern Districts, and that's where probably the game was won for them.
Yeah, absolutely. The scrums were very important. Look, it went either way. One scrum, the Cheetahs dominated one scrum. SVD came back and dominated the next scrum. So it was quite evenly contested, but essentially the 2 yellow cards, I'll always say. And also another thing what the Cheetahs did was when they carried their ball, their pot of 3, they carried between A and B, so the first and second defender. Usually they'd find the SVD defenders waiting for them right there and they would just smash them back. Whereas SVD, what they did differently was the ball carrier would carry outside the 3rd defender towards the 4th defender, and that allows space to open up on the wider side. And that's exactly what they earned. They earned the right to go wide, and that's exactly why they got the result.
Yeah, great final game also between the hosts Limpopo and of course in fact the Pumas up against Limpopo Blue Bulls. A fantastic performance from the home side, because they would have come into this game with a bit of pressure because they're the hosts and the home side. A complete performance for them.
It was fantastic. High tempo game, but also, I mean, the forwards, the interplay between the forwards, not going down with the ball, keeping the ball alive. That then doesn't allow the opponent to form a defensive line, and Pumas did that very well. And they were also able to move the ball out wide, which is very important.
Yeah, Franco Rousseau was strong. He was the player of the match. Those back rowers were really good in trying to compete for the ball on the ground. So many turnovers from a Pumas point of view, which they used in terms of their counter-attack.
Yes, absolutely. So the Pumas were able to get turnovers just as well as the Limpopo Blue Bulls did. But what the Pumas did differently was that when Abby got the ball, he could play the team into the right areas. He kicked well, and that is exactly why the team won. Grelem with this offload was incredible. He's also had a great game. I think he put his hand up to become man of the match performer. Definitely one of the favorites. So it was nice to see the Pumas play, especially after the Blue Bulls scored those 2 more tries, identical more tries. The 3rd time they tried it, it didn't work successfully. But the Pumas just kept on coming slowly but surely, and at the end of the day came away with the game.
Just to add on to that, they found space in terms of kicking, but they were also patient. So you find space at the back, and then you go up a defensive line, and then allow them to try and attack from deep in within their own half, and then when it's turnover time, then you move the ball to where the space is.
Yeah, plenty of action to still come. Day 2 of under 18 FNB Craven Week is going to come from here, Middelburg. Plenty of great fixtures lined up for day 2 schedules. Leopards up against the Falca, Border against the Griquas, the Sharks up against Eastern Province, and Western Province up against Boland. That is an all big clash in the Western Cape. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time. Plenty of action to still come from Hoërskool Middelburg. Day 1 done and dusted, and hopefully you will be back with us with day 2 right here from Hoërskool Middelburg. Until next time.
It's time.